So, what I want to do at the end of the day is add value to the world, add value to your life. Now, how do you add value to the world? One person at a time. Like they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You change the world one mind at a time. You start with your own. You start with your own. Now, I've started with mine. I believe I have my mind right. I know I have my mind right. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I'm ready for it, and I'm ready. I'm ready. And in the meantime, I want to share this and just teach as many people as I can, because I think this should be common sense. If everyone acted as if their brother was them, and you treated people like you wanted to be treated in all senses, the world changes overnight. It does. But the competition is what kills us. Everybody wants to be number one, whether it's your religion, whether it's your team, whether it's whatever it is, you want to be number one. No one wants to be on a losing team. When you hold up one finger, you got to hold the other ones down. But the thing is, you don't realize that you're all part of the same hand. When you realize you're part of the same hand, now you can do things. The thumb by itself can't do anything. You know, I'm number one, I'm number one, I'm number one. And I'm not gonna put that one up, but you understand what I'm saying. So just look at these analogies that I'm trying to give you, trying to make it fun, trying to make it light, because this is heavy stuff. And I'm going to make myself available to answer any questions. I'm not a guru. I just want to have the conversation. I just want to talk to somebody about this. I want it to be a mainstream conversation. If we can talk about who's got on a thong and who's doing this and who's on Dancing with the Stars and all this stuff, then we could talk about some real life stuff, because there's real life stuff going on in ignorance. We need to get rid of ignorance. We can have people that are studying quantum physics and going way down this path that don't even know who they are. We could have people that are just so zealous about their religion and just so gung-ho and so radical, but they don't even know the truth about themselves because they're just so programmed. And it's true. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can look at other people. You can look at Philip K. Dick. You can look at people that realize that, hey, there's something going on here. This is a matrix-like thing. Maybe he saw what I saw. Maybe he's, who knows? I think there's other people out there, but maybe they don't want to speak. Maybe they don't think they need to speak, because you really don't. At the end of the day, everything is okay because we're all connected. We're all eternal. But the thing is, we have a world that is physical that we're not being the best stewards of. And we can do better, and I want us to do better. And I'm only one person, I can only do so much, and I'm doing my best. And I'm limited in money and resources and cameras and equipment, but I'm doing what I can do with what I have now and just being an example. And hopefully that can inspire somebody else. Because the thing you gotta realize, once you know the value of yourself, then you don't kill yourself, you treat yourself better, you love yourself, you love others because you know they're like you, they are you, just a different form of you. And you change your perspective on the world. So I look at things symbolically, because really a symbol can say a lot more than a sentence. I can write a thesis on Coca-Cola, but I can show you the logo of Coca-Cola, and in your mind, you know what that is, you know the history, you may think polar bears, all that stuff, just from that symbol. And we call them logos, and logos, there's another thing behind that. I just picked this up because I thought it was cute, black ice, because I just see that as I can't explain. Because there are things that I can't explain. But what I can explain is that my fire is lit, and I want your fire to be lit as well. Now, what am I doing with all this stuff? I'm actually playing with it. This happens to be a 27 as well. See, some of this stuff, when I was shopping at Ross and Target, I don't shop at those big name stores. Why? Why am I gonna pay $300 for a cotton t-shirt? And it's, okay, the quality is different, okay, it's not all this, but let's just really think about it. Let's think about the value. A lot of the times these people that want to be foo-foo, they want to separate themselves from the regular people when they are just like the regular person. Why do you think Jesus was hanging out with the tax collectors and all that stuff? Because he was just like them. He realized that he's no better than them. And the light goes in the darkness and not in the light. So if you got these quote unquote spiritual teachers and gurus that are in their lofty worlds, they could be saying good stuff. They could be doing good stuff. I'm not judging anybody, but I'm saying the light needs to go in the darkness as well. So there you have it. So these are just analogies of of ideas, right? If we were psychic and you can see and experience what I felt, then we'll be done. I wouldn't have to go through this whole rigmarole of trying to explain to you that I'm not lying, I'm telling the truth, and that you can have this experience for yourself. But this is how much effort it takes to try to convey such a simple thought, because it is a big thought, but it's a simple thought. The simple thought is we were tricked to believe that we're not gods ourselves. We're not the God, we're part of the God, and the God wants us to come to him. Right? And that in itself is awesome when you think about it. That thing that created everything is connected to you and wants you to be connected to it. The thing is, we don't have a lot of that connection because we feel it's out there instead of in here. But let me just tell you what I've been doing since my awakening. I've been going around and talking to people. So for instance, Miller Ale House. I was at the Miller Ale House. And I'm not making this stuff up. This ties into the 27 as well. Imagine going to a Miller Ale House. I was actually on my way to South Beach. Called my uncle and said, hey, I happened to look at a Miller Ale House. It was in Pembroke Pines, Florida. I don't go to Miller Ale Houses in Pembroke Pines, Florida. Just happened to be riding. See, I'm testing out my radar. I'm seeing where I'm supposed to go. I saw that and I said, okay, I'm gonna go. I was planning to go to South Beach, but let's see what is the right move. So I call a friend, call my uncle. Hey, if I want to speak to some real people, what are the odds of me seeing one in South Beach or an Ale House? So he said an Ale House. So I said, okay, I go to the Ale House, go in there, and what do I see? I see on the register as I walk up to the bar, and I don't want to mess this up because I wrote it down in my notes. Because see, I asked him for a note, something I could write with, and guess what he gave me? This, traveler. That's what I am at the end of the day, just a traveler. But it said downloading codes boot 1.27. So imagine you see in 27 so many times that it's kind of ridiculous that you stop keeping track. You walk into an Ale House you're not supposed to be in and you see downloading boot codes 1.27 and you already feel you're in the Matrix and you woke up, right? Imagine that. So I didn't have my phone on me, it was dead in the car, so what I did was just start writing notes on this, and the couple next to me, they had a phone, and I asked them to take a picture and to send it to me just as proof. And for that, I said, I'll buy your lunch. And we had a conversation. I also mentioned to them about, we ended up getting on the verse, and I mentioned John 14:12, and first thing that came out of my mouth was blasphemy. It's ingrained in us. We limit ourselves at the end of the day. But when I got my awareness expanded, it makes you question a lot of different things, like what's really true? Like, okay, what else is true? So I looked at my astrology, because I'm not into astrology and all that stuff, and this is supposedly representing when I was born and all that stuff. I'm speaking symbolically, I'm showing symbols here, and I don't know if you can see it, but I got on camo pants because I feel like I'm God's soldier. And we're all God's soldiers, but some of us are fighting for the wrong causes. See, we're rebels, but we're just fighting for the wrong cause. You fight for ourselves first, love yourself first. And that's tough because some of us, I'm in the same boat, done some bad things. So it's tough to forgive yourself. Forgiveness is the gift you give yourself. And we can talk about that on a couple of different levels too. I don't want to make this too long. But the interesting thing is there's even a 27 in my astrological chart. And I even asked the guy who didn't know who I was from Adam. I asked him, what does that mean? He said it didn't mean anything, but I recorded that conversation as far as my astrological reading, which was pretty interesting. But some people wouldn't even believe in that. And the thing is, I don't know what to believe in because I've been lied to for so long that you kind of question everything, but that's what you need to do. You question everything and you see what rings true to you. And some of the things that are in this reading, and it rang true to me. So I'll leave it at that. And the thing is, when you go around playing with your radar, stuff like this happens. You come up to this. I was gonna go to a pool and get in the pool, but I've never gotten a jacuzzi after the last time I was in there because a snake came in a jacuzzi. And that could have been a sign as well. I've been in a jacuzzi before at my complex and never had a snake come in there. And then since that snake came in, I never went again. But so I go to the pool, and I go in the pool, and there's a car there that happens to have a temporary tag that's 1227. One thing. Go to the pool, go in the jacuzzi, and the jacuzzi's lit up. There's a cone in the jacuzzi, it's not working, it's not bubbling or whatever. But it's just lit up, it's glowing. Someone says, just go look in the jacuzzi. I go and look in the jacuzzi. This is at the bottom of it. Now, I can't reach in there and get it. I actually have to get in the jacuzzi, the one that I didn't want to get in because of the snake. But when I go in there and get it, I see a TG and this rocket, and it has a number 20 on it. Now, what I've been doing as well is playing around with angel numbers. Now, angel numbers is basically a way that I've been trying to reconcile. I drive a lot, so when I see numbers, if I see 27, I may see that number a lot, quite a lot. But there's other numbers that I see that may just call out to me. It's like just something about that number. So if you look up angel number 20, you will see that that number means your connection with the Creator is strong and clear. God asks you to fill your heart and mind with faith. Ask heaven for help in doing so if you desire. Your faith is being rewarded right now. So imagine if you can get signals from God or from your angels, which are all around you, through numbers. And that's kind of what I've been doing. Looking at it, I've been thinking like a computer, you know, because God is very intelligent. And so why not use that to your benefit? Why not think like a computer? Think like God thinks. And God uses everything there is. It is everything there is. And it communicates on different levels. And for me, what worked for me was numbers, because I'm a numbers guy. As a mechanical engineer, I've done plenty of math. So I see numbers all the time. But I pay attention to when my intuition tells me a certain number sticks out. And it may not stick out the first time. You may come back to a number and it may say something then. That's why you have to pay attention. So that's just interesting. And what I've been doing is walking around and interacting with people, leaving my footprint, because people are going to think I'm crazy because they believe it can't be done. You know, you can't know God. You know, you can't have a conversation with God. Only Neil Donald Ross can do that. Only certain people can have that. Not this guy that works at a cube that's quietly been searching for the truth, woke up and said, I'm done with this place. But, so for instance, just give you some more examples. So this is March 18th. So again, I go to South Beach. I walk down the street, I meet this guy, Mr. Hobby, all freestyles. His CD is called Royal the King, and his number happens to have a 27 in it. Also meet this guy on the street, King Ras, I don't want to mess your name up, King Ras Pedro, right? And his album is Karma is Love, and he has a 27 in his number as well. So what are the odds of that? These are people that I just walked up to on the street. And the thing is, I'm compiling all this. This is part of the documentary. I'm just kind of letting you know that it's real. And I'm just trying to let you know that what I want to do is get out in front of people, answer questions. Let's have a dialogue. Let's have a conversation. Let's get your religious leaders. Let's get your political leaders on stage. Let's talk. Let's have it out. Not in a debate style where, because in a debate style, if you really think about debate, you can have a topic and you can be given the affirmative or the negative on the topic, and you can debate both sides of it. And so in our series of debate, we really don't get any truth. Look at the news. They'll show you a story and they'll say, well, let you decide. No, there has to be some truth to it. What is the news? Are you just showing me everybody that's got killed? There's truth to that. You didn't say that person got killed or that person got stabbed. Did they die or not? No, you said they died, and that's the truth. So the truth is attainable. But the thing is, we do this whole circular reasoning thing and we say, oh, well, it could be this or that. No, it's either this or that. You either awake or you sleep. It's very simple, but people don't want to be asleep because they don't realize that you can live a whole life sleepwalking. You can drive to work sleepwalking. You can drive to work unconsciously if you know the route. So if you live the same pattern over and over, you can live that life unconsciously. And people do that, and that is the sleep state. So Vikter Bang is victory over that sleep state, over the pattern, over the sound, over the noise. Get above the noise, get above the clouds. It's able to be done.